In my 20s, I got to be around some of the biggest men and women of God. And I got to witness things because I got to see them without their armor. One of the things that really happens, and seldom talk about, is that there's something called grooming. And it happens in the Pentecostal church. It happens in many churches, but I'm referring to the black church specifically.
T.D. Jakes, the well-known American preacher and founder of the Potter's House, has found himself in a swirl of controversy recently. And it's not for the right reasons. A series of allegations have surfaced, causing people to connect the dots not only about his religious teachings, but also about his personal conduct, with some even labeling him as a power bottom. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the term power bottom, it is a phrase originating from the LGBT community, describing someone who takes charge in intimate experiences, finding power in deriving pleasure from a partner. So how did T.D. Jakes, a prominent Christian preacher, end up with such a tag? It all started with a TikTok video that made its way to Twitter, alleging that R&B singer Cassie Ventura had supposedly handed over damaging evidence against Diddy to the FBI. According to the TikTok video, Cassie provided additional evidence, including footage of Diddy's parties and a burner phone belonging to Diddy's ex-girlfriend, Kim Porter. In this supposed evidence, Pastor T.D. Jakes was implicated as a frequent attendee at these parties. Initially, these were considered wild allegations, creating a buzz on the internet.
To represent him, as he is set to sue Jakes for an incident that took place when he was just years old. It's been said that the young man was forced to perform sloppy toppy, and I'm paraphrasing here, guys. You can actually put two and two together to understand what I'm trying to say. It's been said that the man's family were members of the Potter's House, but left the
However, things took a turn when people began connecting these allegations to other claims made against the pastor. A former mentee of T.D. Jakes came forward, making some distressing revelations. While there's no concrete proof supporting the charges against T.D. Jakes, there is evidence suggesting grooming, greed, and manipulation of young preachers and pastors who were mentored by him. One such revelation came from Pastor Manasseh Jordan, currently based in Boston. He took to the online platform to share his experiences and shed light on the allegations. The internet was left abuzz with discussions about the credibility of these claims and the potential implications for T.D. Jakes' reputation. So if you're itching to know the full scoop, make sure to watch this video until the end.
Is that there'll be a bishop, a pastor, apostle, someone who has big conferences, everybody knows, oh my God, they're the holy man of God, and they will pick their victims and they groom them. And it first goes through stage one where they ask questions. What are you into? What do you like? You need to tell daddy everything. And so they're using verbosity.
We're still waiting to find out if Bishop Jakes' confidence in the face of recent allegations reveals the truth about the current waves of accusations against him. One thing is certain, though. Manasseh Jordan, a former mentee of Bishop Jakes, has come forward with first-hand accounts that shed light on a troubling narrative. Manasseh's early life was marked by difficulties, leading him into the care of Bishop Jakes, who promised to guide him on the right path. According to Manasseh, in his 20s he found himself in the presence of some of the most prominent figures in the world of faith. This unique vantage point allowed him to witness things behind the scenes, without the usual facade that these holy figures present to the public. Manasseh has bravely spoken about a rarely discussed issue called grooming, emphasizing that it occurs not only in the Pentecostal church, but in many churches, with a specific focus on the black church. In his account, Manasseh described grooming as a process where influential figures, such as bishops, pastors, or apostles, select their victims and systematically prepare them for inappropriate activities. The first stage involves probing questions about the victim's character, as the pastors prioritize this over their S-orientation. Manasseh disclosed that victims are made to feel safe by sharing personal details, creating an atmosphere for inappropriate engagement.
To become sexual, and it first starts by either making facetious jokes, making little statements, innuendos, and then it goes into the questions of what turns you on, what do you like sexually.
The process then advances through various stages, including the use of facetious jokes, innuendos, and inquiries about the victim's preferences and desires. According to Manasseh, this is all part of a psychological game played by these figures, projecting shame onto victims if they reveal something deemed wrong. Notably, the church community often remains silent, even when they notice these actions, as some are either trying to emulate, worship, or protect these influential figures. What's particularly alarming is the perceived invincibility felt by many bishops and pastors who engage in such behavior. They believe they can get away with it, and even if discovered, a simple statement to their congregation often makes the issue fade away. The silence and complicity within the church community contribute to the perpetuation of these actions. Manasseh Jordan further elaborated, emphasizing that what he described wasn't heresy, but rather a disturbing reality he had personally witnessed. According to him, when these influential figures attempted to be intimate with their victims and faced resistance, they callously discarded them, treating them as if they were worth nothing before moving on to the next victim. Shockingly, these actions have gone unchecked for many years, causing profound impact to countless young women and men. Complicating matters, the majority of the church members who idolize these figures often silence the actual victims, preventing them from speaking out.
Really are about that, and so they can see past that. I want to say to victims that might not have a platform or might feel like you're going to be judged, you can't say nothing, because this is what they try to tell you. You're going to be judged, you can't say nothing. You're sowing seed of tear. You know, God is the judge.
In a startling revelation, Manasseh Jordan pointed out that some of the biggest monsters are hiding in plain sight, manipulating their pulpits to advance their unsavory agendas. Their followers, seemingly oblivious to the manipulation, become unwitting accomplices in perpetuating the mistreatment. Interestingly, while Manasseh did not explicitly name Bishop T.D. Jakes, the timing of his statements strongly suggest that he was referring to his mentor. It's crucial to note that these allegations are not unprecedented, as similar incidents have surfaced in the past but were buried, with Bishop Jakes playing a role in silencing the actual victims. Bishop Jakes' scandal is not an isolated case among popular Southern televangelists. Notably, megachurch pastor Eddie Long faced legal challenges in 2010 when 4 young men accused him of SA. The accusers claimed that Long groomed them through the church's Longfellows Youth Academy. Shockingly, once they reached the age of consent, the pastor allegedly sought only intimate relations from them. This disturbing pattern included claims of manipulation through money, religion, power dynamics, gifts, and job offers. Despite Eddie Long's public denial of the accusations, a financial settlement was reached with the accusers in 2011. Yet Long continued to deny any wrongdoing until his death in 2017, leaving a tarnished reputation in his wake. Bishop T.D. Jakes, like many others, stood by Eddie Long during the accusations. Even when faced with compelling evidence, pastors like Creflo Dollar referred to the grooming and assault allegations as a car wreck, urging those who left the church to return. This response drew criticism, especially considering the gravity of the accusations against Long. T.D. Jakes and several other pastors chose to align themselves with the late pastor Eddie Long in light of Jakes' recent scandal. Drawing parallels between past and present, many on the internet have found similarities in how both pastors responded to accusations. For the first time since being accused of grooming church members, T.D. Jakes addressed the allegations during his Christmas service, vehemently declaring them as lies. He asserted that he would not use a sacred day and pulpit to address falsehoods, emphasizing his commitment to preach the unadulterated, infallible Word of God. T.D. Jakes firmly denied the claims through a PR representative before the service, calling the rumors unequivocally false and baseless. Despite his public denial, the response drew comparisons to Eddie Long's handling of accusations in 2010. Interestingly, some pastors and individuals who were once a part of Jakes' inner circle expressed a belief in his guilt. They argue that the famous pastor is hiding something, and these allegations may eventually unveil the truth he has concealed for a long time. The accusations against T.D. Jakes have prompted reflections on history, seemingly repeating itself. Notably, some individuals question the sincerity of Jakes' denial, drawing parallels to Eddie Long's similar stance in the past. While the allegations are yet to be substantiated, skepticism persists among those who were once closely associated with the pastor. The controversy surrounding T.D. Jakes extends beyond the grooming allegations. His relationship with Puff Diddy has raised eyebrows, particularly when T.D. Jakes expressed condolences on Instagram after the passing of Kim Porter. The post, given Diddy's reputation for hosting parties, led to speculation about Jake's involvement in immoral activities. Jaguar Wright, a former backup singer for Diddy, suggested that money could be the only reason for TD Jakes attending such events. Speculations include claims by male escorts that supposedly corroborate allegations against the pastor's activities at Diddy's parties. In a potentially more damning revelation, a young teenager who left TD Jakes' church in 2015 intends to sue the bishop for crimes allegedly committed when he was 16 years old. The minor claims to have been forced to perform on TD Jakes, with his family allegedly receiving payment to keep the incident quiet. Now seeking justice as an adult, the accuser adds another layer to the series of allegations surrounding TD Jakes. It is essential to note that these allegations, though coming from credible sources, remain unfounded as of now. The complexity surrounding Diddy's case and the handling of such accusations leave room for uncertainty about the truth.